You know what? I don't even have to play this. Like I tried to explain Aaron. I was one of the first people to really catch on to all this shit, right? With the Nick Rekieta thing and the fact that Mandy was there, oddly enough, when it's really weird. Mandy was there like early on one of those streams, like where Nick is hitting on April. Like I don't know, like it doesn't really matter. But it's fucking weird, man. I tried to explain who Aaron was to John, and John thought I was an asshole. And I said, my explanation of this guy right here, and anybody can clip this, but my explanation of this guy trying to just explain who he is to a random person and catch them up on all the bullshit, which I had known up until that point, is he is the guy in a 90s movie that is an asshole, and the crowd, but he's only an asshole so he gets knocked out with one punch and said a one liner by the hero, and his note, he gets up and he's like, "You broke my nose," and the crowd, and you applaud like he is that guy. And John thought I was an asshole when I said that, and I'm like, no, 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 John, you don't understand. God did that to him. Like I can't help that. He can't help that. Like he is that guy. His voice, his haircut. I mean, just like he looks like he would put gel and spike his hair. I don't even think guys do that anymore, but I do. If somebody said without looking at him, what is his haircut? I'd be like, he spikes his hair with gel. Um, that's what I think he does. He just seems like he's that guy. And I'm not saying that that's necessarily a bad thing. It's a combination of things. But in a movie, he's the guy that gets a broken nose and just bitches and has a Weasley voice. He seems like he would have a briefcase full of money that's not his. Like I don't know, everything about this guy had, and I'm like, I felt bad when I noticed it. I'm like, this poor guy. He's the bad guy in a fucking 90s movie, but Nick's fucking the shit out of his wife. I felt bad for a second, and then the more I listened to him, I was like, I don't know, this guy's a piece of shit. Like, and I'm not saying there's a good way to handle his situation, but through time, the guy really proved to be a piece of shit. And I haven't even listened to this. I haven't even listened to it. So now you guys know my opinion about this guy. And I haven't even listened to this. I just want you to know that I have not listened to this.
I have a bone to pick with Alyssa Clips real quick. I wanted to talk about this today. Alyssa Clips, I'm subscribed to her channel, so I'll get notifications when she uploads certain shit. And I saw that she uploaded something from a guy who I think has to be the most boring, retarded, caveman motherfucker I've ever heard on the internet. And this universe. Now I've actually heard like 2 clips from this universe, and I'm so angry at Alyssa Clips that I did and that she put the content out there. I'm mad at myself for listening to it, but I'm mad at her for putting it out there so that I could click on it. How many of you know about this Comicsgate shit? So Comicsgate is this part of the internet. It might.
All right. So before I hit play on this, Aaron kind of looks like Shane. Nah, I don't think so. He looks Caucasian. I wouldn't say he looks like me though. Yeah. All right. Quick. A side note before I go any further in this, and I already told you what I think of this guy, and early on what I thought of him. I doubt, and I don't even keep up with that shit. It got too crazy. I was like, I just would rather not know the details of this whole Nick thing. I was like, I kind of, as far as I know, Nick is kind of been nice towards me or around me. So I was like, I just don't want to know more of it. I'm like, and I started seeing people like YouTubers go in, like there was blood in the water, like Yellow Flash. All of a sudden, he's got a high horse and all of this shit. And I was like, I just don't, I actually think I don't, I'd rather just dip out of the Nick thing. So there's a lot of this Aaron shit. Like I only know the beginning of it. Outside of that, I know the guy was stupid enough to share revenge porn on a live stream like a fucking moron, like that. I know he got in trouble for that, and that's really I don't know anything else about this guy. You know, and honestly, the Nick stuff, I until I was on stream with Nick the other day, I didn't really know that Nick is doing better and sober and all that stuff. I really just turned because you know what it is, man. I'm like one, everybody's making it out to be this huge deal, and I'm not saying it's not, but for everybody that was clutching pearls, and this go for Yellow Flash and whoever, I don't care, but there's probably friends of yours or people like in your town with equal or same problems, like probably in your newspaper every day. You know, you're just really dumb that you think that, yeah, you're either that dialed into only the internet that you have no idea of what's actually happening in the real world and what people are up to. I don't know. It was just really weird the fake concern and outrage on the Nick thing. I just felt it was bizarre, you know. And that's when I realized that I don't think YouTubers are ever really real. Like I feel like everything they say, everything they do is for likes and clicks, and you know, and I look, people are gonna be, Shane, are you really genuine with us? It's like I think I'm about like me. I don't you know, people might say, oh, Shane's the energy vampire, oh, Shane's boring. It's like, what do you want me to do? Like act like I'm really in shock of the next drama that's going online with some grown man and his sex life? I mean, do you think do you think, I mean, do you, if you need that, like, I don't know, man. I the other thing about YouTube, and this video is going to piss me off because of this, is I cannot acclimate, and I have yet to acclimate. You guys have no idea how many times I bite my tongue since I've been on stream to the amount of YouTubers' egos. Now, when I say YouTubers' egos, you might think Eric July, you might think Yellow Flash, you might think, I don't know, anybody that's just primarily a YouTuber. And even friends of mine, like, I don't know, Cecil, Anna, they have YouTube egos. Everybody pretty much on YouTube has a YouTube ego. But there are people that are off the goddamn charts, and they're not always big. They could just be somebody that comes on Pimp My Comic or something, and they got their fucking ego. Like, it's just like, and I'm a guy that deals with egos in real life, you know, like at kickboxing gyms, like constantly there's new people with egos. There's fucking amateur fighters that don't have enough ego. There's pro fighters with ego. Pro fighter of mine actually had a heart to heart with me about how it was getting stressful leading up to fights, and he honestly just sounded like he didn't know how many more of these going to do just because of the fucking stress. That was the least ego I've ever heard from anybody. He probably needed more of an ego. And I see and hear this shit, and it's like any day you're standing behind this guy at the grocery store, who the fuck is he? You know, I mean, you're waiting in line somewhere, or you know, you see, it's like, bro, who you, in the grand scheme of things, you are nobody, and you're going to talk with absolute authority like you're somebody. And I'm not that arrogant. I know I'm not, and it's a fault of mine. You know, but I mean, at least at the end of the day, I'm like, yeah, I understand why this guy wants me to sign something, or he wants, or somebody to buy a book of mine, is because I've done this shit on a professional level, and I know, despite me not liking my work, I'm really fucking good at it, and I underplay my skill set constantly, and that could be considered a fault, especially if I'm trying to sell my work. I don't go out here bragging I know all these fucking tricks or I'm an expert at some sort of layout game or something like that. I don't do that. But then I see some guy with a fucking Yeti mic out of a box and a sign in his background, and all of a sudden he's an authority on everybody's personality, and he's going to tell you who's who and who's what, and his opinion of his opinion of nothing mattered ever. I mean, his opinion. I mean, it's like, bro, like you are the loser in your story. Like, and I'm not trying to judge, but bro, shut the fuck up. Like, who the fuck is this guy to have an opinion about anything? Like, at some point in life, you have lost so bad in the cosmic scheme of things that you should just shut the fuck up. Like, I mean, quit while you're ahead. You're at like, I don't know, 2 charisma. What are you going to get? -8? Shut the fuck up. And now you're going to have a strong opinion about something you just literally said you casually came across. And now you're going to weigh in. And it's like, bro, it's like, look, shut the fuck up. It's like, I just,
be more retarded than that Dabbleverse. These are grown.
Yeah, they're grown men who aren't letting Nick Rekieta turn his wife inside out in front of him. Fuck you, dude. Oh, they're grown men reading comic books online. It's like, I'm going back to the beginning. Beowulf, he's a casual cuck, and he's going to make fun of guys buying comic books on YouTube. This is fucking crazy. I'm glad I'm doing something while I'm listening to this.
Oh, hey, I have a bone to pick with Elissa Clips real quick. I wanted to talk about this today. Elissa Clips, I'm subscribed to her channel, so I'll get notifications when she uploads certain shit. And I saw that she uploaded something from a guy who I think has to be the most boring, retarded, caveman motherfucker I've ever heard on the internet. And this universe, now
he practiced this. All right. So he practiced this in the shower as he's brushing his teeth in the mirror or whatever. But this is a rehearsed thing he's getting ready to spout because there's somebody, and I'm assuming it's going to be Ethan or somebody, that he's looking to tie up in a fight to get some of that fucking internet clout. Because I don't know, the taste of Nick Rekieta has left his mouth. I have no fucking idea. Like, what in the fuck, dude? Well, whose lane do you got to play in to get hit by a car? Jesus Christ. You know, at least, oh man. Can you imagine getting in an internet slap fight with a cuck? Like, I mean, of all things that aren't worth your fucking time. I mean, this guy fucking his own wife wasn't worth his time. Like, what in the fuck are you over here playing in traffic for? Like, what? Like, on what? I can't even watch this. I don't even think I can watch this, Beowulf. Like, what the fuck? If he's talking about me, Trevor, fuck you. And I don't want to see no super chat of Trevor Brewster and shit. I do not have time to fuck around with this dumb shit. I'm actually working. I'm actually doing like a color rough really quick on this cover. Jesus.
Now I've actually
the guy's name is Steel Toe. Okay. But if you look at his fucking sign, it's the steel is the bottom of that's Steel Soul, you fucking retard. You fucking retard. Steel Toe is the toe of the boot. You have Steel Soul. You fucking retard. You fucking retard. And you're gonna... fuck. My God. What is it? Are you Steel Soul or are you Steel Toe? The real problem is you're still breathing.
He heard like 2 clips from this universe, and I'm so angry at Elissa Clips that I did, and that she put the content out there. I'm mad at myself for listening to it, but I'm mad at her for putting it out there so that I could click on it. How many of you know about this Comicsgate shit? So Comicsgate is this part of the internet. It might be more retarded than that Dabbleverse. These are grown men. I think this Ethan Van
is it more retarded than grown men sitting in a corner watching another guy fuck his wife? Not that there's a problem with that. But the real problem is when your wife starts to like that other guy more than you. That's the problem, right? I could argue they're both problematic. In my lifestyle, it's problematic. I feel it's problematic. I guess you felt confident enough in your relationship, right? To let that dog off a leash, right? But what if that dog don't come back home, Aaron? Then what? You're here. Online. I fucking hate this already, and we're like a minute in. This goes on. This guy's going to talk for 10 minutes.
Skyver is like 60. He's like the Shmuel Buckman of that Comicsgate thing. And these are all a bunch of grown men talking about who draws cartoons better. I wish I.
I mean, it could be worse. It could be grown men talking about who fucks whose wife better. Can you imagine you're having a fucking conversation with your significant other that Nick Rekieta probably hit a spot that he never could? I mean, that's pretty fucking weird and pathetic. That's a conversation. A bunch of guys talking about who can draw comics better. I don't know. I mean, I guess what's weirder? Me having a conversation about can I draw a better comic than this person, or you having a conversation with Nick Rekieta on who can fuck April better. I mean, I don't know, man. What the fuck is this guy got opinions for on shit? Like, why? Yeah, oof. I'm sorry. Guy, shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up. You do not understand from here on into eternity the Uno card of you letting a man fuck the shit out of your wife and her leaving you is always there to be played. Shut the fuck up. It's like
we're exaggerating. I wish I were oversimplifying it. But these are a bunch of guys yelling at each other about who draws shittier cartoons and who does more GoFundMes for their shittier cartoons and who should be refunding the GoFund. Apparently, what these guys in this Comicsgate thing do is they all put GoFundMes out there and make a shitload of money and then never release comic books. Like this Comicsgate thing is like the greatest it's like the greatest what do you call it, Ponzi scheme of all time. These guys are like, here's my GoFundMe for my next book of drawings, and then people, I really like drawings, comic books are good, I'm 40 and stunted, and so they throw money at these guys and they never release the fucking comic book. And for the next 3-4 years these guys all bitch at this Ethan Van Sciver guy, who, by the way, he talks like an absolute retard. And every point he tried to make just never quite get there. He's just a big dumb oaf.
Dude, you fuck your wife or ex-wife like an absolute. Shut the fuck up. You see what I mean? That fucking card. It's like you are God's. You are the universe's now low-hanging fruit. You don't understand. There is no argument, no point you'll ever make that somebody's gonna be like, yeah, but your wife. Yeah, but, just Jesus Christ. Yes, books take time, guys. But I want to take a moment on this stupid pause and keep his stupid face up here with his steel soul sign. Fucking retard. And I want to point out that the entire American comic book industry, I think it was somebody like TJ or somebody had this fucking bit like, why are you out here putting all the risk of your books on the backers? And I'm like, what are you talking about? He's like, you're out here asking for crowdfunding money. Why are you crowdfunding? Why are you crowdfunding like that, man? Why? And I'm like, I don't know, because I can. He's like, but why? But why, Shane? But why? He goes into all this fucking And I'm like, look, dude, all the comics. I think I even said it to him. I think it was on Ballers. I said all the comics have been put on the backs. Every fucking comic has been put on the backs of the readers. I don't think he understood. And I'm going to elaborate. And this guy, I'm going to say the same thing. Yeah, here putting it on the back of the consumer. Every comic that's ever been manufactured, for the most part, okay, somebody will find a case study of like, well, no, Shane, actually, has always been pre-ordered. Okay, they've all been pre-ordered. Sometimes 6 months, mostly 3.5, something like that. You would be surprised how many books you've ordered. Your comic book shop guys ordered, and there's not even a script done. There's maybe an idea. That's it. The cover is the only thing that's solid, and the only reason that fucking cover is even done is because it has to go in the catalog so somebody can look at it and order it. And I promise you, covers wouldn't be done if all they had to do is put copy in the catalog. So I'm getting really sick of people saying, but the books aren't even done. Yeah. No book is done that most people have ever ordered. Hence pre-order. Do you know how much shit I order? I order a lot of geek shit, by the way, whether they're toys or something like that. Like pre-orders went up like today for some Transformers, so I had to go order. They had a Power Glide, the G1 Transformer. He was a red Autobot plane, and Terry likes Power Glide. He has a couple of good episodes in the cartoon. And I was like, well, I'm going to go get Power Glide. I had to go pre-order that thing. It doesn't exist. And it's going to take me months before I ever get this fucking toy. Maybe a year. It could take me a year to get it. There's an estimate down. And this is fucking Hasbro. This toy, I bought it today. It doesn't exist. There's a image of it. And I could wait, I don't know how long. And that's my life. Why? Because I wanted the product. Nobody made me go pre-order that thing. And this is a mass. Now, a lot of people are going to be like, you pre-order this toy. I walk in Walmart and it's sitting there. I'm like, I'm not going to hump for it down the road. I'm just going to pre-order it now. Now, I don't understand why all of the internet, and I blame Eric for a lot of this shit, but whatever. But this whole concept that this pre-order thing is so unique, and it's so, you guys are really taking advantage of people on this pre-order system. It's like, but everything, nobody just makes, yeah. And I guess there's some dude that's like, hey, I walked into Walmart and there it was, or some shit like that. And he doesn't understand the pre-order thing. But it's like most of this shit is pre-ordered. And even if you're still running that argument of pre-order, do know, and I really mean this, do know that Walmart's taking the risk, that a comic book shop is taking the risk in pre-ordering. The risk of all these products have always been on a customer. Now, that customer might be Walmart, it might be Target, it may be your local comic shop, especially comics. It's on the back of a guy, a normal guy that's making it week to week with his shop. It's like the only thing we've done is taken out the retailers. There is really nothing different. I don't know who, and that's what I hate, this mouth breathing, please somebody fuck my wife guy, sitting here pretending like who doesn't know anything about ordering comics, gaming stuff, any of that stuff, video games even. He doesn't know shit about this, but he's going to have a heavy fucking opinion, you know? Dude, if you're in the corner and a guy's railing the shit out of your woman, the guy railing the shit out of your woman, making her feel things she's never felt, probably doesn't give a fuck to hear your opinion. Shut the fuck up. You don't like comics. You know what, man? When I found out Eric doesn't read comics, when he slipped up and said Jim Starlin wrote and drew the Infinity Gauntlet, his favorite comic, I mean, like, my head is still comprehending that. I am so sick. I am so goddamn sick of every YouTuber's 2 fucking cents on comics. Okay, I could go through names of people that you guys know that are YouTubers and I'm trying to stay cordial with just because that pretend that they like this shit and they're literally their knowledge of anything is Wikipedia. Like, I am so fucking sick of it. And here's a guy, I don't even need to hit play to know where he's going with this. He's going to pretend like he has an opinion and he knows all the ins and outs. He's already calling these GoFundMe's, right? It's like, go fuck yourself, man. They're pre-orders. They're literally pre-orders. Anatomic 2 is completely done, by the way. I will have to put that campaign up so I know what to I know what to print. Doesn't matter if it's done or not. That thing's going to go up. It's going to go up on my site. It's going to go up on Indiegogo, wherever the fuck else. So I can take pre-orders. And I'm going to offer stretch goals, not because I like spending $5,000 in stretch goals or some shit like that or more. I'm going to do stretch goals because why? Because I appreciate you guys pre-ordering and I'm incentivizing you to pre-order and get my book, not on my store, but during the campaign. So I have that capital to work with and put forward into other books. I may not use all that money for my book. I may actually be putting people like Aaron L. Fetchy to work or Anthony Gonzalez Clark and working on other stuff for money from another book and getting ahead on other books as I'm behind on one book. I may start, I don't know, I may get kooky and buy a goddamn pinball machine. It doesn't matter. This idea that you guys will go, these guys are crowdfunded. This is the craziest scam I ever saw. Nick Rekieta is fucking the shit out of April. Fap. It's like, fuck off. Fuck off. Nobody asked you. Just like Nick didn't ask you, like, does she normally make this face when you're on top of her? He didn't give a fuck what you thought. Holy shit. Dude, you looked into April's eyes when Nick was on top of her, and for a second, you saw her soul leave her body and you coomed in your hand. Fuck you. I fucking can't. I'm mad at Beowulf. And this guy has an opinion. He's going to come he's going to take his comic and swerve in the comics lane. He's going to swerve in the comics lane and have an opinion about something that he thinks he knows about. Oh, man. I need the fire, Shane, LOL. I don't know if I mean, dude, I would advise this guy to stay in his own fucking lane. And when he's in his lane, keep a happy wife. I don't know.
But I don't think it's his fault because people just keep giving this big dumb oaf money to make comic books that he never releases. It's actually kind of a brilliant thing if you think about it. Like Bernie Madoff, before he went to prison, had to think, I'm the smartest fucking guy in the world. I'm just taking people's money and nobody's bothering me. This is like that Ethan Van Sciver. He does these GoFundMes. He's supposed to make comic books. He doesn't do anything. People ask for their money back. He tells them to go f their mother. And he just, from one guy I heard, he takes it to the casino.
Who told you that? Yellow Flash? So wait, okay, so from this one guy I heard, Yellow Flash, he takes it to the casino. Okay, so I mean, and you like Yellow Flash? Why? Because Yellow Flash doesn't like Nick. You see how all this shit strings together, guys? I just like Beowulf. Beowulf, I'm gonna really ask you: do I need to really play this? Is this something necessary? Yes, it's coordinated. And you guys were showing screenshots of Yellow Flash last night, super chatting the same bullshit that I called him out on. It's all coordinated. Dude, I mean, I feel like whatever. It's gonna, dude, I'm calling it now. 2026 is all attacks, all out attacks, all for Eric July. I've never seen, I mean, I guess if this guy was a cuck once, why not, do cuckery work for a black guy, right? Maybe that's where you really feel like you missed the spot with April, not just between her legs, but you didn't hit that, you didn't check that black man card. What the fuck? I mean, so this what you're gonna break into dance about how the Rippaverse gives you books on time? Well, like, where does this go? Like, really, where does this go?
Clip, clip, and snip, snip.